Hi everyone, welcome into My Chamber TV, the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community. I'm Barbara Marville Kelly. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a great chamber today. It's actually a mix, a merge of two chambers, and I'm going to introduce my co-host who happens to be standing in for Lorraine Lane, usually for the Greater Pasco, and that is Amanda Walsh. Welcome.
Hi everyone.
I know you have a lot to say about what's going on here, so I'm going to save that for you, but I also want to introduce our ladies because we have a new group and they have really some great things to share with you. And I just want to start from right over here with Gaby. If you'll just introduce yourself and just go down the line, and then let's come back and talk about what you guys are doing.
Absolutely. My name is Gaby Harris, and my specialty is with Legal Shield.
Legal Shield. And you?
My name is Doris Youngman, and I'm with Health Insurance and Supplement Insurance.
And Kalie?
I'm Kalie Hawley with my family's independent company, Valley Investment Planning, and I'm a 401k advisor.
Very good. So I get it. Different colored shirts. I get it. So tell us, what is the Ladies with Benefits, and how is this going to actually affect people out there in the workforce and in businesses and things? Gaby, why don't you start with that?
Absolutely. Last year, I realized that we have services and products that would benefit other people. I was working independently, but I thought, wouldn't it be great to bring in other women who are women of integrity and character, and also have specialties that could be more of a holistic approach for families and business owners and employees. So we brought on Kalie and Doris, and we formed a consulting group that offers benefits.
And saving money,
and
right?
Saving money and time. Absolutely.
Well, that really gets my attention. So we're going to hear more about this here in our first segment. So thanks for joining us. Why don't you tell us give us your spin on what you're doing then?
Well, I met these wonderful ladies in Toastmasters as well as in Keep It Local.
Oh.
And I started out as a Medicare insurance agent.
Yes.
And decided I needed to broaden my scope of horizons, and then added commercial insurance and supplement insurance, especially to the small business owner, the ladies who have small businesses, whether they're an employer with no employees, but they're a 1099, or what we call they're a solo employer, or if someone has 10, 15, 20 employees and wants group benefits. Group benefits can relate to health insurance, but it might only just be for a supplement plan. Maybe they want something like dental, or they want accident, or they want to have a short-term disability plan, because if you are an owner and you are by yourself and you have a family that's leaning on you for finances and you can't work, you need some sort of income coming in. So we try to focus on ladies who are in this situation and help them.
Very nice. So you're the go-to person to sort of customize that, right?
Yes.
That's such a great idea. That's so awesome. Kalie.
Yeah, so I'm a 401k advisor, and I concentrate on the saving money part. I run into a lot of businesses that say, oh, I know I need to start putting away for my retirement and maybe set up something for my employees as well, but I don't have the money yet to set it up. Well, you can't afford not to wait any longer. The earlier you do it, the better. And I'll give you a time value of money example. Say you want to save $1 million by age 65. If you start when you're 20 years old, you have to put away around $533 a month to get up to that $1 million mark. If you start when you're 40, you'll have to put away over $1,700 a month to get up to that $1 million mark by age 65, assuming a 5% average rate of return. So time is on your side when you're younger. It's a lot more difficult when you're older. So the earlier you start, the better.
And you know that there's a lot to be said for that, because you know when we're younger we just think, well, what do we need to do that for? We're going to live forever. We're going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to party and go here and go there, and then all of a sudden it smacks you in the face. Wait a minute, I'm how old? What did I do to prepare?
Exactly.
Oh, so this is great. Now, when did you form this consulting group?
January.
January of this year.
Correct.
How about that? That's exciting. Now I know you, Gaby, from before, and so you must have had a real passion for this. It's interesting that I want to bring to the attention of our viewers out there that you have been involved in local networking group from Keep It Local, right? And then who else did you say?
Toastmasters.
And the Toastmasters. So, and I get all that. That is so fabulous. How they met, right, Amanda?
Absolutely. It's really kind of a unique situation too, because you took your individual strengths and put them together in one group, because it's power in numbers. It makes perfect sense.
It does.
Exactly.
It does.
And one thing an employer doesn't have a lot of time to do is shop around for something that will benefit them and benefit their employees. So if they meet with us, not only do we bring our individual specialties to that marketplace, but we also have a group of strategic partners that will also supplement that employer with other products and services if they need it, so they don't have to spend time looking for it. For instance, long-term disability plans, buy-selling plans, workplace violence plans. If an employer, for instance, has a company that might be susceptible to someone coming in and perpetrating a crime, how would his employees react in that situation? We'll bring in a specialist that'll train their employees on how to deal with perhaps an active shooter situation. Or if an employer wants a drug-free environment, we have a strategic partner that we can bring in that will do routine drug testing for them. They don't have to look anywhere else.
Wow. You know, it's sad that we have to talk about this kind of thing, but
Absolutely.
you know what? We do. It's the reality of the new world today, so it's better to be like a Boy Scout and be prepared. So this is fantastic that you have the specialty groups that can come in and talk to those. And I mean, maybe there's not a very high percentage of it, but we never know. I think that should be in every corporation. I really do.
Absolutely.
From small to large businesses, because one just never knows. And what is that saying? An ounce of prevention is worth whatever that
cure.
one is. I don't know. But it's true. So this is really good. I'm very impressed. No wonder you brought these gals on here today.
I have to say, I had really no idea the extent of what you guys were doing, and kudos to what you do, because you really are taking the footwork out of everything for employers. I can speak myself as a small business owner. You know, you have to think ahead, and sometimes you're so deep inside of your small business that you don't have the opportunity to think ahead until these situations really hit you dead in the face, and you go, oh my gosh, now what? Who do I contact? Where do I go? Is there somebody local? And sometimes you're at a roadblock. You don't know where to go or how to make these situations better. So you guys are really taking that out of the way and going, boom, here it is. This is how we take care of this. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Well, you know, saving time is such a big deal. It just really hit me not too long ago that my time is my most valuable commodity. When you really stop to think about it, how much time we can waste on mundane things, but what about business owners that aren't wasting time and they're busy in their business, like you say, deep in your business, to be able to save that time? You do the homework, here it is, right?
Exactly.
You know,
That's it.
plan A, B, or C, which one appeals to, right?
Exactly.
How much simpler can that get?
Absolutely. And from an employer point of view, imagine, Amanda, in your business, your best employer, your foreman is taken out by a life situation, whether it's a financial situation or maybe a health issue or maybe a legal issue or an identity theft issue, and they're taken out of the game for a week. How much time and energy have you lost in your business? If we can give them a safety net to hopefully keep them focused on their job, they tend to be more productive, less absenteeism, and fully present at work when they're there, because they have the resources they need from us to take care of those problems.
And that's not that little voice in their head, what am I going to do? What am I going to do?
What do I do?
Excuse
Exactly.
me. That safety net is a really power word, because it does. It gives you the comfort zone as an employee to stay right on the task at hand, be totally present in and of the moment in your job so that you can keep it, and
security for your family.
and security for the family. But then at
Peace
the
of mind.
end of each day, you get to go home and feel a whole lot better knowing you have that security. I think this is fantastic. I
Not
really
only that,
do.
but for the employee, it gives them like, wow, my employer is offering A, B, C, and D, which is, it makes them feel so good. They are happy to come to work.
That added benefit. and
That
bonus.
added benefit, and many of these benefits that I'm mentioning, they're not coming out of the employer's pocket. It's only the health insurance if they choose to partake in that. So these are things that they can add to their wealth of their wealth as far as getting their money's worth in the benefits that they choose.
Awesome,
Fantastic.
awesome. Well, we're going to keep you ladies with this for our next segment. We're going to take a brief little time out for some housekeeping, so to speak. We'll be right back after this. Hi everyone, welcome back into My Chamber TV, the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community. I'm Barbara Marvell Kelly. With me is Amanda Walsh, and we are actually with a fantastic group of women that have put this coalition together to help you as business owners and or employees. And I'm just really fascinated by this group, Ladies with Benefits. I mean, I just love the sounds of the name, for one thing. But Amanda, you were saying about the break. We wanted to break this down a little bit to kind of walk us through a scenario, because Amanda is a business owner with Home Rescue, and we're going to be talking about that in our next segment and how you may need her. Hopefully you won't need her, but she's there just in case. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and walk through. What's the process?
Sure. So we might meet a business owner who is interested in learning what we offer. We would each tell them our specialty and find out what they need, basically. It's more of a conversation, find out what their pain points might be, what would make their life easier. And through that conversation, they may decide, I definitely need to set up a 401 plan for my employees. They may already know I don't have any health insurance yet for them, and boy, I'm really concerned about identity theft. If that's the case, we'll make an individual appointment with them, each of us, at their convenience, because we each have pretty broad, when you get into insurances and things, there's a lot to
It can be
explain.
Especially
Exactly.
today.
Especially today. So
Yes.
we make our appointments, we're individual contractors, yet we're a consulting group. So that's how it would work. We'd meet with them and fulfill their needs.
Give them quotes on various choices and let the employer decide which plan would best meet their needs.
So Amanda, as a business owner, why don't you? I want you to go ahead and kind of take over the interview just for the fun. Let's do a little mock thing here. Let's just see how. Okay, so the ladies are coming to you. They're going to make your life so much easier. It's going to help your employees, and just go for it.
All right, so I'm a business owner and I have a number of employees. Let's say I have 15 employees. I have 10 of them that have insurance already, health insurance, either through the state exchange or through their wife's benefits or group plan, however. But maybe they need some supplemental, and I as an employer, you know, we're at the point where we want to offer some benefits. I'm not sure health insurance is in the group, and I don't think I have enough because I think everybody's pretty much covered there, but I do want to add some added benefits to my employees and kind of help increase the morale for them and give them another reason why they love working for my company.
Right.
What can we offer them?
Well, first of all, that is a great attitude for an employer, because oftentimes I believe that employers-employee relationships can be different. Sometimes they're an asset when everything's going great, but when things aren't going so well, now it could become a liability. So to help protect you and make your job more enjoyable, you would want to bring us in to talk to you about the different offerings that we have. So if your focus is health insurance, then you would want to speak with Doris.
Not only, as far as tailoring a group for 5, that is possible. You can even be self-insured if you choose to, which would save you money at the end of the year, and if there's a profit to be made, it's in your pocket.
Oh, okay.
So that's the difference between getting insurance from ABC company or DEF company and getting it self-insured through one of those companies. Another thing that you might want to consider, if you really appreciate your employees and you want something that, gee, thank you very much, is to offer them a term life insurance policy. You can get a very inexpensive one for $10,000 or $25,000. It's pennies on the dollar. And it's a nice way of saying, thank you, this is how much I believe in you, I'm going to give you this life insurance plan. Now, there's also short-term disability. Short-term disability has to do if someone is injured not on the job.
Okay.
Normally, there's work comp insurance, so that would be an entirely different ballpark, but something very inexpensive that would make the employer look fabulous would probably either be the the life insurance or a health insurance plan. And then here's Kalie, who can give you some other ideas.
So if you want to set up an employer-sponsored retirement benefit for you and your employees, I would help you through the process, setting one up. And what's nice about that is that you're not only saving for yourself and lowering your own taxable income, but you're also, when you contribute to your employees' plans, that's a tax deduction as well. So it helps you save for your future and saves on your taxes. And it makes you look like a great employer because you're really caring and thinking about your employees' retirement and future. So that's one of the things I can help you with. And what I like doing the most is sitting down with your employees individually and really educating them on what's out there, because there's so many people that don't understand how the plans work, or how much money am I going to need to retire? When can I retire? All those questions that they have and they're worried about, I can help them with that and take off that stress. And if they're not worried about that financial stress, then maybe they'll be more productive at work.
Those are some really great points.
You know, it really is, and we all need them. We
Absolutely.
need everything that you ladies are talking about. So
They're
I would
essential.
guess that would be very, very beneficial. How much time do you have to do all the research for that, being
Oh
a
my
business
goodness.
owner?
I rest my case. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, after going through company or individual and just finding the right, as a business owner too, in my office, I don't even have to do much research. I get people walking in the door all the time and they go, I'm with such and such insurance company. You need these benefits here. It's $50 per month per person. You can pay for it, blah, blah. And you're going, whoa, I don't know what you're talking about. They go, well, here, it's all in the pamphlet. Take it, or they go, I'm not here to sell you. I'm here to educate you, which is great. I appreciate it. But I mean, you're waiting for me to sign on the dotted line. And, they give you little bits of information. It's not enough. It's a little overwhelming. So to have a service like this that you can actually call, get the information you need, and then you can pick and choose saying, okay, give me everything from a global perspective. I'm a female. Females are worldly. We need all the information up front, and then we got to break it down.
Right.
Is how we do. So, I mean, that's a fantastic thing. And then if we say, okay, well, I need something else, and then you guys have a referral network too, from what I understand. Is that right?
We do.
Great. So even if I needed an additional service that you don't have within yourselves, you can say, call this person that I already know, I already like them, I already trust them, they already come with referrals, including myself. Give them a call, tell them I referred you.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I know. So let's go, just in case we have some new viewers with us here. Okay, what are some of the other referrals, or will we be here all day? Is it that many?
In terms of other services?
For what you may not do, who do you have?
Oh, exactly. So we've got long-term disability. Basically, they're insurance products for the most part.
Okay.
We've
Accounting, payroll.
Drug testing is a good
drug
one.
testing, the workplace training for violence in the workplace.
Right.
We
Drug testing.
marketing people. Whatever.
IT, anything a
IT
business
services.
needs. If you
Wow,
need
okay.
somebody to create
Okay.
Software for you.
So it's a total package.
It's a
basically.
total package.
You're a
Or
total
create an
package. We're
app
talking total package
on your
here.
phone.
We're the full boat.
If you need an app, we have
Wow.
people to do that.
It's the infinite threat for business consulting. Gives it all in one package.
It really does. I think that's fantastic. So who came up with this idea? I'm just curious. Oh, really?
I did.
And what did you girls say? Did you go, oh yeah, I'm on board right away?
Yes.
We did.
Yeah?
We did.
Yeah?
It was just so easy, and we get along so well, and we just it was just
We
meshed
just
well.
blend so well.
Oh,
We-
that's so good. That's really good.
And even though we come from different environments and different cultures,
Different
we-
generations.
Yeah, different generations.
But that's what I love about this.
Still a great
because
key, yeah.
Every generation has something to offer. And that's where I think we as one people, we're all together, right? We can learn from one another. And I respect the younger generations that respect us. Let's see, generation that has more years on our life. Can I say it that way? But it really, and then us respecting those generations that have all that technology, that are current on the cutting edge and everything. We all can learn from one another. But I was just talking to several people today on how they still love some of the good old-fashioned ways that we do things, like a real phone call. You've heard us talk about that before. Not to say that I don't love my FaceTime with my grandson, right? But, it's just a nice blend with all of that for professional relationships in business, and it looks like you guys have really brought a nice mix together. That's so great. Anything else you want to share? Well, you're obviously involved with the Chamber, and we're going to be talking about that. Did you just come on board with the Chamber as you opened up your business?
March? Was it March?
Yeah, March we came on board with the Chamber as
As a
a
group.
group.
As a group.
But individually, I've been part of the former Greater Pasco Chamber for about 3.5 years. So
Okay, so you believe in being a member of the Chamber of Commerce
Absolutely.
because of why?
the connections, the relationships. I'm a transplant from New Hampshire. I moved here about 3.5 years ago and knew nobody.
Really?
Once I joined the Chamber and got plugged into that, I suddenly had friends.
Yes.
It was an amazing way to get to know people, exactly, and wonderful business owners, which
Yes.
I certainly needed their services and still do, and now I have this base of wonderful people that I can refer and hire myself. So
That's wonderful. How about you?
I've lived here for quite a while. However, I joined Keep It Local, and that's where I met Gaby. And Keep It Local, I was in the Trinity Odessa chapter for 3 years until I switched to a different Keep It Local chapter. But after I met Gaby, we would sit down and have coffee together and talk about things. We went on trips together, not ever thinking that 3 years later we would be partners. And that's the big thing. We were friends first.
And that's really awesome.
That's
You got
the
to
big
know
thing.
one
Yes,
another.
absolutely.
And then I got to meet Kalie.
Yes.
She's awesome.
That's so great. And is this your first time for a chamber?
I was a part of the chamber for a year
Yeah.
with my individual business, and then when we came together, now I'm a part of the chamber just with Ladies with Benefits. But I'm a transplant too from upstate New York, and came down here 3.5 years ago. So it's a great way to meet people, and everybody's so nice and helpful and
That
supportive.
is very true. And
Very
you
true.
never, ever have to want for an event to go to, right?
this
Right.
There are so many events and fundraisers. And really, I say that My Chamber TV is the heartbeat of the community. It truly is, but the pulse are people that you're seeing right here in our studio. These are the people that get out and really not only work their business, but they help work and support other businesses, charities, different events, and they really help grow the community and give back in a major way, whether it's be contributions, but mostly they give part of their heart, and that's what really counts. So it really, really matters. So I want to thank you, ladies. Continued success with what you're doing. I'm excited. I'm glad to know about it, because now I can put that in my hip pocket and share it with people like yourself, and when I run into you out in the neighborhood. We're going to take a brief little time out. Thank you, ladies, and hope to see you again.
Thank you, Ladies with Benefits.
And we'll be right back. Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV. It is is the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community. We just had a great segment with the girls that were telling about how they brought themselves together, but also we have Amanda Walsh that we are going to dedicate this entire segment to you and your business, which is home rescue. I'm sorry to say that we in this area need your services, but thank God we have you to refer to. So just give us an idea, an overview of how you can help the homeowners in our community and businesses.
Yeah, absolutely. Home Rescue Remodeling has been in business for 13 years. We've been servicing the Tampa Bay area, which includes Hernando, Pasco, Pinellas, and Hillsborough County. We do all of it, basically.
All of it, yeah.
Interior, exterior, residential, commercial, you name it. That's why our motto is, yeah, we fix that. We do everything. We have a couple divisions going on. Our seamless gutter division is super busy right now with the rain. We actually have 3 gutter machines out there, 2 6-inch gutter machines and a 7-inch gutter machine for those commercial areas or those larger residential homes, which helps out quite a bit. We've been blessed with lots of services needed for the gutters in both commercial and residential. Our guys are fantastic. Our lead foreman has been with us for 7 years now, and running the gutter division on his own, does a fantastic job with very little services. So that's where one of the mainstays is. As far as remodeling goes, whether you need our services because something's happened to your home through storm damage or some other aspect, even if you just want to regenerate your home, we have it. We provide all the products, all the services. We only use subs when it's necessary by Florida state law, but otherwise we're a certified building contractor and we're here to service our homeowners. Wow,
Talk about a one-stop shop. Now, I have a feeling there's a story behind this. What made you go into this business? Did you have a personal something happen that?
There's a little bit of a story. It actually started with my husband. He started, with purchasing homes and fixing them up, and flipping them. It really started for the greater benefit of the neighborhoods because some of the other neighborhoods were getting dilapidated. They had a lot of homes that just they were in foreclosure, they weren't benefiting the neighborhood overall. So the idea was to get the market back up and get the homes up and going. So he had done a couple of those, and then of course, it was other people with word of mouth going, hey, you're pretty good at this. Can you help me out? Can you help me out as well? And then it kind of just birthed Home Rescue Remodeling to where we are now. We've grown a lot. Our biggest goal right now is to, nothing against the big box retailers, but kind of cut them out and cut out those retail prices on the products that they offer. We establish accounts with all of our purchases and all of our materials, anything from cabinetry to shower panels to plumbing supplies, because we want to cut out the retail price. When we get a discount, you get a discount. So there's no inflated costs, there's no additional fees, there's no hidden costs. We're not making any profit on the materials. We're here to install these pieces for you, which is what makes it such a great added benefit.
Very nice. You've been involved with I love the name of your company, Home Rescue. I mean, that just spells it all out. What are some of the things that you've been involved with? I mean, fortunately, we haven't been hit too hard, but in the last couple of years, we certainly have. I myself, and with our home, with the crazy storms that we have down here in Florida, what are some of the things that you've been involved with that way for restoring? I know the list is long, isn't it?
It is. It could be an extensive list. We deal with anything from the homeowner that's had water damage. We help and assist them on that capacity. We don't do the water extraction. We ask that you call another company for water extraction, and then we come in, we'll do the remodeling portion for you afterwards. We'll deal with VA. We do a lot of work for VA because, veterans have so much money to spend to get their house up to date. We're actually getting calls from Department of Transportation who have relocated people to another location for their home because they have a road expanding or something along those lines, and they need services to the home because they have wheelchair access or something else of that nature. We deal a lot with historic homes in southern areas in Hillsborough and Pinellas County. We do a lot of lead-based paint for exterior painting. I mean, you name it, we do it all in there.
Wow. When you mention lead-based paint, and I'm thinking to myself, some of the different things that we can look for if we're older homeowner, what could we do? Forget the acts of God, but what can we do just with normal wear and tear and things to watch out for in our home as far as inspections and different things like that? Just little tips to look at. Mold. Isn't mold a big thing here in Florida?
Mold is a big thing. There's a couple of things. You know, you may not be able to see the mold right away. You may not be a parent, but there are certain smells and that. You can go to our website, which is www.homerescueinc.com. That has a lot of that information on how to find mold, what to inspect, what to look for. I think the number one thing and the number one default that homeowners don't realize that they do is they don't walk around their home enough. You know, we're all very susceptible to living in very large homes, but we only occupy certain areas of the home. You know, so go to the guest bedroom, inspect that area, open the window, open the blinds, walk around the outside of your house. You know, I'm guilty of it myself. I know there's one side of the house that I never go to unless I need a hose on that side of the house for whatever reason.
Right.
You know? And once I go out there, I go, oh man, my gutters are clogged, or whatever the case is.
Or what's that mud dauber up there
Yes.
doing? I thought we just cleaned that out, right?
Mud daubers are a big one. Or is that a crack in my stucco? Boy, I need to take care of that. You know, anything along those lines. Just walk your house regularly, inside, outside. Just check the maintenance, the wear and tear. A lot of times homeowners don't realize if there is something wrong with their home until they have a guest. And you never want to have an emergency situation or a maintenance or repair when you have a guest staying at your home.
Boy, isn't that the truth? Oh boy. Well, that's just you know, I never even thought about that. Geez, now I do have to walk around my home and see what's going on with it.
Yes, walk the whole exterior of your home. We have a lot of homeowners who don't realize that the screens in their screen enclosure are, you know, broken or slashed or need repair because the bushes have grown into it, because they forgot to trim the bushes. You know, just silly little things like that. After the windstorms we've been getting lately, sometimes debris falls off, soffit panels fall off. You know, I hate to say it, nothing against new builders, but sometimes, you know, people move into a new home, they have a brand new builder build the home, they move in, and time flies by, and before you know it, it's 12 years.
That's right.
And suddenly the home needs extreme maintenance because we didn't walk the exterior of the home. I mean, that's
That
really
is
the
true.
best advice I can give. Just walk your home.
Yeah, that really is. That is. Now, do you do any kind of screen enclosures, anything like that, as far as like wind damage to that?
We do. We do all rescreening. We do full screened rooms. We do elite roofs, the aluminum panel roofs, anything if you wanted to add a screen room on to do your existing screen room. We've seen a lot of damage actually from storm damage last year. We dealt with a home where the whole screen enclosure collapsed because the wood fascia around the home was rotted, and of course you have a super gutter attached to that and a screen enclosure, and there was nothing for it to hold on to it anymore. That tensile strength was gone, so the whole thing collapsed right in their pool.
Wow.
Yeah, that was an expensive repair that could have been avoided just by looking and watching your home.
Walking around your home. Wow. So, is there anything like with carpeting that, let's just say maybe we've had a flood and it's cleaned up and everything, but not enough damage to really rip up the carpet or replace it. Maybe replace the padding or whatever, but still salvage the carpet. What are the odds of having mold come there at some point in time? And I'm not asking you to, I'm not holding you to this. I'm
Right.
just, I'm asking curious questions.
No matter what, there's always a susception to mold. It doesn't matter what goes on.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have a simple drip on your dishwasher, your water line, on your fridge, somewhere along the lines, your shower, you know, if you had a leak somewhere in there. I mean, mold is always susceptible. As far as carpets, the funny thing is the trends are going, white cabinetry's in, woodwork tile is in, wood floors are in, laminate floors are in, and carpet is out.
Carpet is out.
Nobody wants carpet anymore.
Boy, that's for sure. I can't wait to get mine taken out. Oh,
Yep.
it's a pain. But the thing is that when we can educate people and ask some questions and give you an idea, I mean, who knows? We may be saving you from a big expense in the future just by doing some of the things that Amanda is mentioning. So that's very good.
One of the coolest pieces to our business is my husband and I have grown up in this area. He grew up in Hudson Beach on the canal. I tell him all the time, I go, you are so lucky to grow up on the water. Not a lot of kids have had that experience, but he's been here. He's not going anywhere. His whole family is very well known in the community. He knows a lot of people that have opened businesses as well. So if there's something that we can't help with or assist with, then we have the connections and the referral network out there. As far as carpet, I have a friend of mine that I work with diligently who can do some of that emergency water extraction, who can make sure that you're not going to get mold again on your carpet or replacing the pad. I myself have grown up in the area. I was just telling the three ladies earlier before the show that I've been here since I was 4 years old. I attended Schrader Elementary. I attended Moon Lake Elementary. I went through the Pasco school system. I went through the Hernando County school system, graduated St. Petersburg College before it was a bigger deal. So we're planted here in our community. This is our heart. This is our community. This is what we love. And everything that goes beyond it for the Tampa Bay area. We are all about it, and we're here to make sure that the homeowners are protected and make sure that they get what they need at a price that's right, without being gouged or without having any deception to it.
That is a perfect way to wrap up this segment and to really let everybody know that you are planted with deep roots here, and that you really do care about the community, care about you as a homeowner. So that's really awesome. A home rescue. And how can we get a hold of you?
You can call my office. The number is 727-863-RESQ or 7377. You can find our showroom at 9529 State Road 52 in Hudson, Florida as well.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very, very good. Since I've been doing these shows, it's wonderful to have people like yourself come on, because it's planted in my brain now. Who can I call? Who are some of my different options and everything? And I'm glad that you re-edified what you're doing and your substance in the community, because you're so right. You're definitely someone that I would want to call. I think Florida has been known, and they're still out there, the scammers. They come knocking on your door, putting flyers out and everything, and really taking advantage of unsuspecting homeowners.
I read about them all day, every day, between the Nextdoor app and Facebook. I read about it, and I can't reiterate enough. Get a licensed contractor, get somebody licensed in that field. If you're not sure how to check it out, call the county. They'll tell you if they're licensed. If they're not licensed in the county, then don't do business with them.
Yeah,
Even if
that's
you're
true.
licensed for the state, you have to be licensed within the county. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just ask the questions, get the information, get their insurance information, and make sure that it's viable.
Exactly. And on that note, we are going to take a brief little time out. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the merging of two chambers with 900 members. So we're really excited about that. Amanda is part of this whole picture, big time.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about that after this message. We'll be right back. Hi, everyone. Welcome into My Chamber TV. It is the heartbeat of the community. I'm Barbara Marville Kelly, and my co-host is Amanda Walsh.
Hello.
You did a fabulous job talking about home rescue. I want to thank you for that. And it was just such a great segment so that you can have this option with this fine young lady with her business to really help you. Very credible. And how many years again have you?
13.
13 credible years, licensed and all. So we're going to sort of segue into what is the scoop with Greater Pasco, right? Mm-hmm. And Wesley Chapel. I'm going to turn this over to you to glean as much as I can because it's all good.
It's so funny, Barbara. I just had this conversation yesterday because we had a Greater Pasco Chamber Ambassadors Luncheon.
Oh.
And we had a number of attendees, and it really is the big question of the month. What is going on with the Chamber? So we'll start with the beginning that's not as exciting or not as interesting, and then we'll get into the good gritty stuff.
Okay.
So every member of Greater Pasco Chamber knows that it started about 3 years ago. We know that it had exponential growth. We know that we had 300 plus members. We know that Dan Sullivan was the executive director. We know we brought on other members. So a couple months ago, we found out that our lovely Nicole assistant was leaving. Everybody was very disheartened with that. Then came the news that Dan Sullivan, the acting executive director, was leaving. That brought up some real questions. At the same time, the Greater Pasco Chamber of Commerce had been talking to the Greater Wesley Chapel Chamber of Commerce about doing not really a merger, but kind of an acquisition where we take two great entities and bring them together. Dan was part of those talks initially. Even during his transition to his new company, he was part of those conversations. And now, with everybody's absence, it just kind of worked out. And ta-da, here we are. You know, it's kind of like a new star is born, but it is a greater nebula and a brighter, bigger star than you could ever ask for.
Yes, yes, I agree with you. I had a chance to talk with Hope.
Yes, Hope Allen, who
yes.
is the executive director of Wesley Chapel.
Mm-hmm. And she was telling me about how many members you now have. 900 members in the chamber. This can only be good. All good.
It is absolutely fantastic. So as of July 1st, the acquisition is done. Greater Pasco Chamber has been acquired by Greater Wesley Chapel Chamber of Commerce. Right now, we're working on the organization pieces. I have been on the task force for this since the very beginning, since the very first meeting with Michael Cox, with Hope Allen, and with a number of our members, talking about exactly what is this going to look like for our members? What does this mean for our members? What opportunities are our members going to have? And I can tell you it's nothing but good vibes and good talk and good conversation. As of now, we have a 6-month plan to get all of the organization pieces together. Basically, Wesley Chapel's year ends December 31st with a new one regenerating January 1st. So that gives us this time to talk about that organization piece and really come up with a plan. There's some great things that Wesley Chapel has done. There's some great things that Greater Pasco has done. And with both forces, it's really all about making it work for both teams on the east and west side.
Exactly.
So the cool part is that 900 members, infinite on the directory. I mean, really, that's a lot of people to be looking up. We have so many opportunities for networking, but now for the members, instead of being a member of Greater Pasco and Wesley Chapel, now you only have to pay one membership fee.
There you go. So you got a savings right off the bat.
That's a huge savings right off the bat as a business owner. It is going under the due structure of Wesley Chapel. Wesley Chapel's structure is a little different than Greater Pasco. The greatest part is that the bigger your business, there isn't more money to put into. You have a tiered level, and it's your choice what you want to put into the chamber and what you're going to get out of the chamber. They have standard events. They have Tuesday morning coffees, networking on the 9s. I did hear that the best event to be at is Final Friday, it's called.
Oh, yeah?
There's one coming up July 28th. It's at Cheval Country Club.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. And it's from 4 to 6. It is highly attended. It's one of those situations, because it's on Friday, loosen up your tie, take off the blazer, have a cocktail, and bring tons of business cards and pass
Nice.
them out. Get to know some new members. You know, we always act like Newport Richey and Trinity and Wesley Chapel are so far apart, but they're really not.
No, they're not.
It's a quick drive. I mean, there's so many businesses and so many opportunities in both areas that we can both lean on and learn from and gain from, that it's really going to kind of bridge the gap.
Oh,
from
I
the east to
agree.
west.
I totally agree. I had quite a lovely conversation with Hope about, I'm excited, we're excited here at Tampa Bay Multimedia, because it opens us up to exposing 900 businesses to you guys and watching the show. And my goodness, we may have to do another show just to get as many of the business owners in and the members in and to talk about it. And I think ideally when we come back and bring Hope in, if she is so inclined, and maybe bring you and Lorraine and just have a nice little talk here and just really share what's going on after you collaborate and bring all these wonderful things together. It's gonna be fabulous.
Yep, the feedback is highly receptive. All of our members are excited. The ones that were a little nervous in the beginning, they've all been contacted. We've talked to them, and you know, I think everybody's on board and really excited to see what this could mean for the chamber. I mean, 900 members is just baffling. We were just joking yesterday that our biggest obstacle is going to be finding our next venue.
I was just going to say, how big can you get, right? That's it.
Where to house a banquet. So Greater Pasco Chamber, in closing for that, we had a banquet scheduled July 28th. Get your calendars out. The banquet date has been changed to August 18th. So we'll be closing the venue, our Greater Pasco chapter there. Wesley Chapel Chamber will be there with us. The theme of the event is Soaring to New Heights.
Love it.
It is. It's fantastic. And it's set up on an airline status. So sponsorships are available. You have anything from Coach, which I know people have fun in Coach, all the way to first class VIP. They have a special VIP section where only those VIP people can get cocktails and drinks or socialize in a nice cooler temperature and atmosphere that's less crowded. It's very much set up like the airlines. Just leave your baggage at home. Come to the banquet, August 18th, 6 p.m. Venue to be determined, I believe, right now, but sponsorships, everything else are coming out in the mail. It is not going to be an event that you're going to want to miss.
Wow, I would guess not. That's going to be exciting.
It is, and we've amped it up from business casual to cocktail attire.
Nice, very, very nice.
Everybody loves a reason to dress up.
I know. Get all your bling on and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
In fact, you were all blinged out the last time when I did the interview on the red carpet down for the last event that we had.
Thank you.
Yes, for the Small Business Awards and all
Yes,
that.
another great banquet through West Pasco Chamber for small business. For the banquet coming up on August 18th, they will also be doing Small Business of the Year Awards, Large Business of the Year Awards. So those applications will be coming out, so keep an eye on your email and Facebook for those.
Gosh, that is just so fantastic. I can't wait to interview after everything is all brought together.
We're going to have to get you to the next banquet so you can interview everybody as well.
Yeah, it's
Get the
gonna be
same red
fun.
carpet effect and get it going.
That's right, because this is really a big deal. I don't know any other chamber that has that many members.
I tell you, it is changing history right now as far as a chamber functions. The greatest thing about Wesley Chapel Chamber is they are a state certified chamber.
I was going to ask you about that. Hope mentioned that.
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means they have followed all the rules and they've basically accomplished and passed every benchmark that it requires to be a certified established chamber. They actually exceeded it from what I understand. Now, don't hold me to it, but I believe Hope said it was like an 80% minimum to pass, and they exceeded that by
Wow.
far.
Wow.
So, I mean, if anybody knows about chamber, Hope is fantastic at it. She's got it all figured out, all bridged up. She's got a
does.
playbook for everything. There's no such thing as going to a meeting and going, what did we do last year? Who handled that? She's got it written down.
Isn't
She
that
knows it.
wonderful?
Absolutely.
And moving forward with that many members, I would guess you really do have to have it together. And, it also speaks to the benefits of being a member of chamber. So if you have not become a member of a chamber and you want to find out more about it, you can get a hold of the chamber, and especially tune into My Chamber TV on Wednesdays, because you guys have the third Wednesday of every month. And so we'll be interviewing Hope and you and who else that wants to come on board, because it's really nice to interview those that are right in the thick of it. Right in the transition. I know maybe there's probably a little challenge here or there, but
There's challenges with everything.
You just flow with it, right?
I can tell you there's nothing but good stuff coming from this merger. They've hired a business consultant. Right now they're going back and forth on the name, so Hope's joke is that if we hire a consultant, then we can blame the name on them.
I love her. That's great. I love it. Well, I hope that you have enjoyed our show today. We've offered some great opportunities for you, in addition to sharing this so-called merger between the Greater Pasco and its Greater Wesley Chapel.
Greater Wesley Chapel, you can still go to Greater Pasco Chamber of Commerce, get that website. You can still go to Greater Wesley Chapel. I would advise that you go to Greater Wesley Chapel. In about a month, they'll be merging together, but the platform's the same, and it's all the same great benefits and same great information on each website.
Exactly, and check out some of the events. Tune into My Chamber TV. We will be, as far as we know, the third Wednesday of every month, and we'll bring to you the social events, the mixers, the breakfast, lunches. I mean, I can only imagine how many things that you're going to be planning for the next year coming up with this great transition. So thanks for joining us here on My Chamber TV. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time.